Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So here I have Indian movies dataset. So today I wanted to do some exploratory data analysis on Indian movies. So I already uh, done some analysis by doing some coding part because if I type everything in the video and it is going a very lengthy video. So that is why I prepared a data set and I'm going to run it. And also I'm going to execute a line by line and I'm going to explain about that particular code line. Okay, so whenever we wanted to do any analysis on data, so we should need a few libraries like pandas. So that is why I'm importing pandas as PD. And this time I'm going to explore the data by using Plotly. So in the last video, I used Seaborn and Matplot library. And this time I just tried differently. So I'm going to use Plotly. So that is why I imported plotly.express as px and another library also needed plotly.graph objects as go. Then I'm importing numpy as np to do some numerical operations. Okay, so this is my, let me run this libraries. Okay, I'm able to run the libraries loaded. Then I'm going to read the data. Okay, so df is equal to pd dot read underscore csv since this is in csv format. So I am using csv, then the file name. So I'm able to read the file. Then I need to check the shape of the file. So here I have around data of 19,951 rows, which means each row represents a movie. So which means I have 19,951 movies details with 8 columns. So if I wanted to see each and every column with the number of rows and also the data type of that particular column. So I'm just entered df.info to get the information about the data set. So, so in the very first column, we have the title, and we do not have any null values because entire data set has 19,951. So this column has 0 null values, and this is an object data type. And the overview column has some null values. Then the original language, from which language the movie has made. So for example, today we are exploring Indian movies. So there could be Hindi movies, Telugu movies, Tamil movies, Punjabi. So there are a lot of languages are involved. And the release date and which genre is a comedy, adventurous, action, something like that. And the popularity of that movie and the vote average and the vote count. So we have these 8 columns. So let me look at the head of the data set. So df.head, which obviously give me the top 5 rows of the data set. So here you can see the top 5 rows of the data frame. So I have the movie Triple R, and you can see some overview story of the Triple R movie, and the original language is it was made in Telugu, and the release date you can see March 24th of 2022, and the genres. It was from drama and action, and the popularity is it's around 81%, and the vote average is like 7.8, like ratings. How many votes? So this is taken count of 1,020 votes, and average is like out of 1,020 votes, the average we got it's like 7.8. So I have taken this data set from Kaggle. So you can find a different type of data sets if you wanted to explore, if you wanted to do some analysis, or if you wanted to learn or apply some machine learning algorithms. You can utilize the Kaggle repository where you will find a number of data sets. So I got this data set from Kaggle. Okay, this is about the data, top 5 rows of the data. Now I just wanted to do some cleaning part. So here you can see the release date column. So release date column is in object, but I want this to be in a date time format because it should not be in object. Object means it is combination of different data types, but I want this entire column to be in a date format. So that is why df dot this particular release date. And if I wanted to convert uh, any, or if I wanted to convert entire column to a date time format, so I pd dot to date time. So this is the function to convert data type, object data type to a date time format. And for example, if there are any errors, like there are few values where we are not able to convert, like NaN values, null values. So obviously, I have few null values in release date. So the total data set has 19,951 and release date has only 18,000 columns. So that means there are close to 2,000 null values are there. So if I wanted to convert the entire column, it should not have any null values. So again, I'll get an error like uh, I cannot convert the NaN value to datetime format, something like that. So to avoid that error, I'm giving errors is equal to COE or CE, so that if there are any errors, it will be nullified. The whatever the data is there, whatever the date I wanted to convert it to datetime format, those will be converted. And the remaining part, which are the null values, there are like those will be left like that. And I wanted to create a new column with a year from the release date only. See, release date has year, month, and the date. From the year release date, I wanted to take this year. So you can take like release date dot dt dot year, then you will get the year. So if you enter dot dt dot date, then you will get the date. So something like that. If you do release date particular column where the date is there, then dot dt dot year. If you do like this, then you will a new column will be created with only the year. Then so let me see the data frame now. Not head. So now you can see new column is added with 2022. See, now this has the date, month and year, and the new column having only the year. And if I wanted to see the data type of release date, see now it got converted to datetime format. Earlier it was object data frame, and now we converted this to datetime format. So now we are able to successfully converted the release date to a datetime format, and also we just created a new column with the year. Okay, now I'm handling missing values on other columns. See, there are missing values in overview column, and also this one is already figured it out. And for genre also, we have around 4,000 missing values. So I wanted to clean one by one. So here, if I wanted to see overview means there like so you can see in here in the overview column, there is a short description about the movie. So if I take the Tribler, so the overview is like a fictional history of two legendary revolutionaries, something like that is there. And there are some null values. So I wanted to fill null values with a space, like normal empty space. It is like a blank. I don't want to fill anything. I wanted to fill NA with the blank. So the code is like df of that particular column, then df of that particular column dot fill NA with an empty cell. And genres. So genres, it could be like there are few genres or has some null values. So where I wanted to fill with unknown, because it should not be NaN. Like if I wanted to do further analysis and I cannot do with the NaN value, so that is why I wanted to replace NaN with a value called unknown. So wherever the NaN values are there will be filled with unknowns genres. For example, RRR movie has this genres as action and drama. So there are few movies without any genres. So there I am replacing NaN values with unknown. So I'm dropping subset is equal to release date. So I'm releasing this release date column because I created another column with a year, right? So let me see the data set now after handling these missing values. Now it is clear. So now we do not see any missing values. All the columns has 18,000, 58 rows. So I do not see any null values now. So now I just wanted to see distribution of release years. So here this is like I imported Plotly as PX, right? Plotly.express as PX. So I just wanted to draw a histogram with the above data set. So px.histogram because I wanted to see the data in histogram. So that is why I mentioned histogram. And my data is DF because I mean, I saved my data set in DF. So that is why data is DF. And I wanted X label or X axis. I wanted years in X axis and number of bins I wanted 50. And the title I am giving is distribution of movie release years. And if I wanted to update the layouts, X axis title is year and Y axis title. Y axis I am giving frequency. And let me run this. Okay, so now we can see a beautiful Plotly chart. You can see distribution of movie release years. So obviously, if I take about the 1920, so we do not have much movies. In fact, it could be zero, I guess. Then there are few movies from 1930. So we can see 37 movies in the period of 1930 or 1934. Then it got increased. Then it got increased. So from 1950, so from 1940 also we did not have much. So after 1947, after where the year when we got the independence, so that time onwards it has been increased gradually. So you can see in 1950, 132 movies has made, then increased 199, then it is 300, 400, 500, 800,000. So we hit the number of movies released 1,000 in the year of 1990 to 1994, then it got doubled every year, year on year, it is getting doubled. So in 2019, so you can see the highest movies ever made. It is close to 4,000 movies made in the year of 2015 to 2019 in this 4 year span. So we have India has produced around 4,000 movies. Then the number has been decreased from 2022. I think we do not have much data. That is why it is showing lesser number. So if I have the till date data, it could be more than 4,000. I can say 5,000 it will be. So this is how you can see a nice histogram plot with a number of movies made year on year and popularity versus vote average. So if I wanted to see popularity, so here I have a column with the popularity and vote average. So I wanted to uh, plot a scatter plot and I'm giving my data frame as dx and Excel x-axis I want vote average, y-axis I wanted popularity and size is vote count. I'm giving color is equal to vote average because I wanted different colors and vote averages. And title I'm giving popularity versus vote average with a bubble chart. So update again, I'm giving x-axis title and y-axis title. And let me run this popularity versus vote average scatter plot. So now you can see a beautiful scatter plot with the bubbles on it. So you can see if I go to this bubble, so this shows. So dark blue means 0, and it has been increased with the color on color. Like if it is a dark yellow means 10 vote averages. So here you can see vote average is 8.6 and popularity is 2.8. So it is against the popularity vote average. So here I have 7.8. Vote count is 1000. Here 4000. So this is how we can plot scatter plot. Okay, so let me do further analysis. Now I just wanted to see top 10 genres by average vote count. So I have the genres in genre list and genres apply. Why I'm applying lambda? Because there are some like genre you can see here. If I see the, let me show here only, then we'll be able to understand. So okay, so in genre column, so there are multiple genres are there. But for example, if I take Three Idiots, so it is comes under drama and comedy. And if I take Voice of Satyanathan, so there are multiple genres are there. But I wanted to split with a single one, because if I wanted to look at the RRR, I want action and drama separately, not in a single column. So that is where I am applying a lambda function x, and where x as is genre dot split, I'm splitting with a comma if x is not equal to unknown. Because if you remember earlier, I filled this genre with the unknown here. See, so all null values are filled with unknown. So that is why I'm excluding this the filled values from this. So if x is not equal to unknown, so if it is x equal to unknown, then I am applying this lambda. Okay, then all genre for sublist in genre list, for genre in sublist. Then PD dot data frame, all genres. I'm applying data frame for this particular series. Columns is equal to I'm giving genre. Then df dot genres vote average is equal to df dot vote average dot repeat df dot genre list, and I'm applying here a length function. Then top genres is equal to df genres. I'm grouping genre and vote averages, and I wanted the mean value. Aggregate function here I'm using is mean. Then I wanted to sort the values in a descending order. I want the larger value in the top, and the like it goes on descending order I want. So I want top 10 values in a descending order. So that is why I applied head 10. Then I just reset the index. So I am plotting a bar chart now with this above data. So I'm giving my data set now is top genres. This is my data set, and I'm giving X and Y axis and orientation. I'm giving title also. So let me run this. Mm, mm. Okay, so now I just wanted to run this code. So, so now you can see genre wise odds, average odds. So you can see if it is, excuse me. So if it is a adventurous movie, or if it is under the adventurous genre, you can see around the average vote is like 4.7. So there are more votes for adventurous genre than followed by animation. Animation also you can see 4.6, and very least votes are for romantic films. So that is where you can see genre-wise genre, more romance, fantasy, war, thriller, comedy. Comedy, it is like 4.37 percentage of the average votes. So number of votes are majority is for adventurous movies. We can see. So and mystery genre has average votes or like 4.5. Okay. So let's see what average distribution by genre. So I'm taking DF genres only again from here. Oh, this data set person. Okay, so now I wanted to see what average distribution by genre. So I'm taking the data frame is expanded from the above. Then I'm giving x-axis is genres list and y-axis is average out. Title I'm giving what average distribution by genres. So if I run this, so you can see a nice box plot with the genres and average odds. So this is by using a box plot. The use of box plot is like whenever we are working on any machine learning algorithm where we just wanted to see any outliers are there. So then we can, while handling the outliers, so this graph is, I mean, we will use this box plot to handle the outliers to identify and handling the outliers. So in those scenarios, we are using this box plot. So let me see total odds by year on year. So total odds by year. So I'm just grouping year with the odd count and the aggregate function I wanted is sum. Just resetting numbers and now I just wanted to plot a line chart with total odds and x and y axis and giving the title also. So this is how you can see a line chart year on year. So total odd count. So if you take 1913, there are 11, then followed by 0. So the number of vote count is increasing year on year. So you can see 1971 it is increased, and 1994 it increased and decreased. In 1996 it got decreased from 1000 to 500. Then it is increasing. It is an increasing graph. So that is how you can see votes by year on year. And if I wanted to look at genre distribution in a pie chart, genre list explored value counts, then genre counts columns is equal to genre and the count I wanted. And I wanted to draw a pie chart using this plotly, and this is my source data. Then the values I'm referring to count. Then names I wanted the genres, title this is. So let me see pie chart. Hmm. So this is how you can see. So if here you can see the majority is like majority of the genre is like a drama. The count is like 9,000 uh 318. So out of how many we have around close to 9,000 or 19,000 19,951. So out of 19,951, so it is like of 33% of the drama genres are there. And then followed by romance, we have around 3,773 movies. Then comedy, 3,651. Then 3,200 from the action genre. Then thriller, we have 2,000 movies made. Then from the crime genre, we have 1,311. Then family, we have 1253. Then horror, there are very less movies. Then followed by mystery, fantasy, history, adventurous. So that is why here we have only less movies. That is why the number of vote count we saw a lot of because the less number of movies and vote count is more. So this is how you can see genre-wise movies count. Here you can see the genre in colors indicating. So the red color is for romance and blue color is for uh, drama. So I just wanted to see language distribution now, language wise. So I'm using Sunburst chart here to look at because in India, so there are a lot of movies made in different languages. So from the 19,000 movies I have in the data set, I wanted to see how many movies are made from different languages. So now you can see this is a very beautiful graph where you can look at the graph and you can able to understand uh, see from let's take the Telugu film industry. So we have a lot of unknown what genres. So that is why it is reflecting under unknown. Then followed by drama. Then followed by drama and romance. So if I take Hindi film industry, we have more movies from drama genre. Then there are 249 movies without any genre mentioned in the dataset. Then followed by this. Then you can look at the Malayalam as well. So in every language, in our data set, we do not have the genre mentioned. So that is why we have more values are replaced with unknown value when I'm handling the missing values. So this is how for Tamil, for drama, then this is for Punjabi, Marathi, Kannada. So this is like a beautiful sunburst chart where you can see language and the number of genres related to that particular movie industry. This is how you can see, and this is average vote by year. So average vote by year, I'm grouping year and vote average from the data set, and I wanted uh, average value because I wanted to look at the average. So I'm just giving the aggregate function mean, which is nothing but an average. And I just wanted to plot a area graph with taking the data from here and X label and I wanted here. And from y-axis, I want vote average and title. This is what I'm giving. So this is how you can see. So 1920, we have the odd counts are like it is increased, then decreased year on year. Then here it is almost zero. Then it is decreased, and it is increasing order. So year on year till 2020, we have the latest that is like 2022. This is how you can see the area plot. So which is very similar to we already saw this average vote by year by using a different chart. Mm, Let me go there. See here average vote by year we have seen in line chart. So this time I used a area chart. So this is how a area chart. And at last, I just wanted to see a correlation matrix, which is nothing but a heat map. And so this is the correlation matrix. So how the each columns are correlated. So this correlation is very important when we are working on any machine learning algorithm where, so for example, if I wanted to, so let me give some simple example uh, where if I wanted to predict a bike price. So for bike price, I will look at the features like what is the mileage, whether it is what is the model and what is the brand of the bike company, and there are certain features are there features. So and how those are related with output. So that is nothing but the relationship between the columns. So which will give us the like positive correlation. For example, any change in the features, will it affect the output or will it not affect? If it is affecting, in what way? In a positive way or in a negative way? So positive correlation, negative correlation. So that is how what we can see. So here you can see the correlation between count and popularity. So this is and this column is for popularity, this is for vote average, this is for vote count, and same in the column wise. So you can see vote count is like maximum correlated. Correlation is one because both are same columns. That is why. So for vote average, you can see uh, dark elements perfectly correlated because both are same columns. So whereas when you see vote count with popularity, which is like correlation is like around 0.6 or which is like 0.55 something like that. So this is how you can see a correlation matrix with a heat map. I hope this is interesting because this time we used a lot of plotly charts like a heat map and this area chart. This is for average odds versus year, and this is really interesting graph uh, sun sunburst map. So where we can have a lot of information by looking at the image itself, movie industries, and followed by the number of films made in the respective genres. So this is how we can see, and also we covered entire data set with the different genres. So the below chart is like for language wise. This is for entire, including all movies, like entire India. And we also see the number of votes versus year. And this is for the genre versus number of the votes average. And this is like genre versus average votes. So, and this is vote average versus popularity bubble chart we used, and the distribution of movie release years. So this is how we can analyze if we have a data set. So last time we covered with IPL data set, then we also did some analysis on Netflix data set. So this time I wanted to do some analysis on this Indian movies. So I hope I clear a lot of things like to clear the null values, to fill the null values, and to represent different columns, well, like number of genres versus the language wise, something like that. So that is what we have today. So I hope you guys are liking the videos. So please do like the video and please do subscribe the channel so that it will give me some encouragement to do the further videos on different kinds of data sets. So thanks everyone. Bye.